and shorts, and surf, and scuba, and sand, and sailing, and soccer. San Diego, California.
Beats by Supremo for all of my people, Negroes and Latinos. And even the gringos.
We are good to go.
All right.
Season's greetings. I was just testing you. Make sure you're here early, guys. Seasons. All right, watch. You guys ready?
Mike, ese no se escuchó, ¿qué pedo?
No, se escucha. Watch. We're good.
Okay.
Test it. Did you test it, sir?
Let me check.
Like I told you 3 minutes ago. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We should be good. But then again, you're hearing me from the thing. It's all good. The show hasn't started yet. Like, it's live, it's fine, but the show hasn't started yet, and it's A-okay.
Not started yet.
But guess what?
Sandals and shorts, and surf, and scuba, and sand, and sailing, and soccer. San Diego, California.
Hey, didn't see you there. Season's greetings and welcome to Two Balls and a Mic. There's a 211 for the first time on a Monday. Happy Valentine's Day to those who celebrate it. For me, it is just a Wednesday.
Pinche Roman.
Just a normal Wednesday. Season's
Wow.
greetings to everybody in the chat already. They've been here. They checked in.
So you really started a whole now with this whole season's greetings.
We will get to it because
Oh,
there
man.
is a suchling out there who has seasoned the greetings at the Coachella Valley Invitational. We'll get to that. The great and powerful Eric Fowler. But before that, we're going to go ahead and get into the nitty gritty. San Diego FC. The Chrome Ball Tour continues. Same team, same everything, same setup. We're going to go ahead and see a new community out in Poway. I thought the Chrome Ball Tour was last week because I circled it. I was ready because there might be.
That's true. You did that.
That's why I got a
That's
haircut.
funny.
Season's greetings to everybody. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Esteban. Seasoning the greetings here with SDFC. We may or may not be involved in the next Chrome Ball Tour event.
We're going to get into all that too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're also going to get into the U.S. Open Cup versus the Leagues Cup, all that controversy that has going on with that. We're going to check in with San Diego Wave. San Diego Wave lost their GM today. Molly Downtain resigning, stepping down. The verbiage directly from San Diego Wave. We'll get into a little bit of that. Germa Shaw Dahlkemper in the U.S. Gold Cup squad for the U.S. Women's National Team. An important omission. One player that's missing from there. You already know who it is. Enjoying herself some nice Super Bowl I would say 10th row action. And Melanie Barcenas going on fire in the World Cup. We talked about it last week, but we're also going to check in with the Sirens. The Call of the Sirens will be here. We're going to check in with a member of the Sirens supporter group for the San Diego Wave and everything that they have coming up. The season is starting very, very, very soon. Shout out to everybody who's joining.
It's gonna be a fun show tonight.
San Diego Players Abroad, and El Juego Bonito, with where we go over the best goal, a gaff of the week,
And a
great individual who is making a difference now with a couple of upgrades. We're working on a couple of things in the background.
¿Ya tenemos música?
What?
We have a little music now for El Juego Bonito?
Yeah, look, I'm just gonna
Hell
put it
yeah.
now. So stick around for El Juego Bonito, the segment that's taking two balls and a mic by storm.
That is freaking big
I
shout
love
out.
it.
Big shout out to who, Tony?
Shout out to Nick Jackson. Nick Jackson, you can check out his stuff. People have been checking out his stuff over on Instagram. Typed in Instagram, not Jackson. You may have seen his work. It's just the 3D SDFC ball in different parts of the county, mostly Chula Vista.
It looks fucking sick though.
It is really cool over on Instagram, so check it out. We're going to be working together. Again, it's part of this San Diego soccer community that we didn't even know was there. His brother actually worked directly with you for years,
super small world,
and you had no idea.
Super small world. He ended up commenting on the last clip that we made of the episode, tagging his profile, and then from there kind of we unfolded that, oh man, it's the brother of the guy I used to work with, which is super small world. He lives super close to me too. He lives by Chula Vista High School. Absolutely.
You've seen his work for SDFC around. Some good visuals here. This is the Bow Bar, right? It's Bow Bar, right?
I think so. No, that's J Street Liquor Store.
That's J Street Liquor Store off the marina. The Goodwill's on the other side. People know it. People love it. Good stuff by Nick Jackson. Shout out. Everybody love this one. San Diego FC. Ready or not, we rise to the top.
Yeah, man, he's launching good stuff.
Rises to the top.
So I'm excited to see what else we're able to collaborate with. But that's a perfect segue into the SDFC, right? We're going to be playing in the Chrome Ball Tour. The Chrome Ball Tour continues this Saturday in Poway. And like you said, Tony, you thought it was going to be last weekend.
Absolutely. I thought that it was going to be. And I was like, all praise be to SDFC for having a back-to-back.
This dude, he got to work like an actual full-time job. So it's like super nice cut. I think it was a what?
Everybody was pointing it out.
Was it a Thursday, Wednesday?
It was a
Tuesday, Monday?
Thursday. No, it was maybe Thursday into Friday, maybe.
Yeah. Like he had the fresh cut, everything. Everyone's like, wow, que guapo.
I mean, it's kind of undone now.
And then I was like, why does this fool get a haircut? Like does there something going on this weekend?
Yeah, you're like started asking like, oh, where are you going now?
Blah, 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 blah. I mean, that's the only time you get a haircut, to be fair. You let that shit grow out for like 3, 4, 5 months.
100%.
Yeah,
that's how it should be.
I mean, I get a haircut like once a month, maybe.
Pictures out there. But yeah, so I was getting camera ready for our debut match coming up here at the Poway Chrome Ball Tour, which, by the way, many people didn't know was happening, and they found out through and via the Super Bowl commercial that dropped here at the end of the match, right? At the end of the
it was
match.
After the Super Bowl, and I mean, it was a cool commercial. It was sick. It's a reminder that, oh man, San Diego FC has all this freaking money and they can buy a commercial.
For the life of me, I could not find it. There is. I've searched high. I've searched low. I've searched everywhere, but I cannot find the actual commercial. Here's the still that you managed to grab there at the end. So Poway is going to be this weekend. Santee, March 2nd. It's going to be at the Sportsplex. Carlsbad, I think that one's TBD. I think it's TBD. We can check it out right here.
Right there.
And
March
then
24th.
March 24th. And so the breaking news for that is that on Star Wars Day, May 4th, it's going to be coming down south into Chula Vista.
That's the event that they've been hyping up, saying it's the one
100%.
to be at. It better not be a flop. It better be on 3rd Avenue. Figure it out. 3rd Avenue is iconic to Chula Vista. If it's someplace like Eastlake, that's going to be a disappointment.
Really?
If it's at Otay,
so what if it's at
Otay Ranch
Eastlake Soccer League?
No.
Why?
Because, I mean, that's not Chula Vista iconic. Like, every place has been a place where it's iconic to the city. At 3rd Avenue is the place for Chula Vista. You can literally shut down the whole block. Reach out to the city. The Padres have done it. shut down the block, do a fucking party, and the people are gonna show out.
Yeah, something for you. Iconic in Chula Vista. I got just the thing.
A ver.
Just the thing. Yeah, the salt mines.
Yep, 100%.
Right there. Look at
100%.
that. Be iconic. It's Chula Vista, anyways. But yeah,
Okay, National City.
it was okay.
That's gonna be the first fight of the game. If nothing happens. This
So
weekend.
all right, so let's go back to their Chrome Ball Tour site, because again, I couldn't for the life of me find the actual thing that promoted. Not just it didn't necessarily promote the team; it promoted the Chrome Ball Tour tournament. Yeah, no, if you're in the know and you recognize the emblem, the crest, like you can definitely see this is SDFC. You're in the know. It's San Diego soccer team. There's no question. I think the ad was targeted a little bit more towards that community aspect. And hey, come out, look at these familiar cities. You guys know these. We're coming, right? So fantastic stuff there. But again, I wish I could find that actual clip. It's not anything new from what we've seen that's on their socials. It's a clip of Oceanside, Escondido, just kind of mashed up some cool music.
if you're watching this, just drop the commercial on your socials.
Yeah, drop it.
It was a good commercial. I mean, we'd love to be able to share it here again, but we're not able to find it anywhere.
Yeah.
But
so let's check this out, right? So it is going to be over in Poway. I don't frequent Poway, so it's going to be interesting. Go up there at the North County Soccer Park, 12:30 to 5:30. The one after that's going to be again at the Santee Sportsplex, the Town Center Park East. And then again, the days have been added. They haven't changed Carlsbad, but they have put May 4th for Chula Vista, and location to be determined. However, the important thing here is that 2 balls and a mic, San Diego Punto Futbol,
we're starting something new.
Are participating for the first time. Tell them, Chiva.
Yeah, so
you were excited to share.
I mean, we all know and love Rich Barcata. They reached out to us. I believe they reached out to you first and said, "Hey, we need a goalkeeper." And I said, "Oh, that's sick! Like indoors. Oh yeah, that's your game." Okay. No. And then Paul reached out to me too and said, man, is this a pity invite? Because you invited Tony. If it is, I'll take it. I don't care. At first, I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it. If it was earlier in the day, I wasn't going to.
Shit, I thought it was last week.
But it starts at 12:30. I believe our first game is going to be at 1 p.m. But yeah, we're essentially going to be playing for Bridge Barcata. I think they're calling it 2 balls Barcata. That's what.
Well, that's the nomenclature of it. I don't think that's going to be on the actual sheet. That'd be interesting, though.
We're representing Bridge Barcata, but again, we're part of the community. We've been out there at Bridge Barcata. We love what they've been building. We love what everyone's gets to do it over there at Chicano Park. But you're essentially coming out of retirement.
Yeah, I mean, I was asked, and you know what? There's a couple of gallons left in the tank, I guess.
You only play when it's important to you. And
when it's important to you,
and when there's gonna be eyes on you. Look, you love the attention.
At this point, I really don't care for many things that I don't care for in this life in general. If I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. Exactly. And what I like, I'm just going to do that. Whether it's career, whether it's like, if I'm not enjoying it, then that's fine. Yeah, sure, there's certain responsibilities, but if I'm not enjoying playing, I'm not going to do it. If I really want to get out there and play, I'm going to try my darnest to get out there and just showcase a side that really isn't. Look, I might suck. We might absolutely suck. We might be dead last. I'm going to be goalkeeper. I might be a coladera. I might be just, trying to catch a.
What are the chances? Like, que si te la rifas?
I don't know. You got to come and see.
Look, we're playing Chicano futsal first. And
okay.
They have some good ballers.
Oh, shit. You're leaking the schedule.
Yeah, I'm part of it. So, yeah, I can share this info. I have it. Then we're playing Chula Vista pickup. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be cool. Want to have a New Jersey to hang up?
No, we are not.
We don't get it?
Nope, that's not how that works. We'll get details on that because again, that was very important for me.
Yeah.
Because my question was like, hey, so sizes? Adidas does I know they go to. But yeah, we'll see.
Adidas, so
yeah, Poway schedule is going to be 6v6 tournament. There's going to be a 4v4, 5v5, 1v1. This event's duration is going to be 5 hours. There's going to be tournaments action featuring youth in a 4v4 format, adults, that's you and I, in a 6v6 in an indoor setting, revving it up for March 10th for me, at the makeup celebrity game for the San Diego Sockers at halftime.
Mhm.
Food trucks, merch, and more. And there's the address. Go ahead and join in. This is part of, again, part of Gonzo journalism. Gonzo journalism, what it is I taught you this for the second time this week.
Yeah, you did.
It's just getting in there. It's just being involved, and if you've ever read you can read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, you'd actually really like that movie. It's a Johnny Depp movie. They're in Las Vegas. I'll just say that tells you nothing of what actually happened in the movie or the book.
Okay.
But
Well, I like Johnny Depp. And I like Vegas.
there you go. Perfect for you. So Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that's going to be what I'm going to be doing in the soccer sense. There's going to be a lot of fear of not getting injured and loathing my body after because it's going to be in pain.
You better dive.
It would be.
You better fucking kill it.
Diving is never out of the question, Chiba.
Okay.
Like,
okay,
excuse
I'm
me.
not-
Excuse.
I'm
Who do you
not.
know who you're talking to? Do you know who
Wait,
you are
if
speaking
you're
to?
trash this weekend, everyone is going to
Go watch
fucking-
it. Go watch it.
Oh man,
Go watch it.
go over to
Go watch it.
Poway. Go check us out.
Go-
with
go.
Rich Barcata. Our first game's at 1 p.m. Go check us out. We've never played in the same team.
That is absolutely correct.
We've never played in the same team, and I like to stay on defense. How is this going to work? It better.
Aren't you a
work.
defender?
I am.
Aren't you going to stay there?
Yes.
So if they get to me, it's your fault.
Oh, okay. But if they shoot from far and they make it, 100%.
Why did you let them shoot?
No.
Why did you let him shoot? Why didn't you get in front of it?
No way.
Why aren't you marking?
Paul, if
why
you're
aren't
listening
you,
to this,
why
I'm
aren't
not
you,
gonna deal with this, Paul. I'm not gonna deal with this shit. You better get on his ass, Paul, because
him to me?
he's the captain.
He is the captain. No, but he knows. He knows why I was brought in. He knows what my role is. I know my role
Que no metan gol,
as a
ojete.
winner,
Que no metan gol, ojete.
as a two-time loser of the halftime
Ay,
celebrity
sí,
show.
güey, pinches equipos
I think you'd
mierdas que le
rather
dan, güey.
you'd rather be on the listening side of these things.
Nah.
That's just
All right, I'm just gonna play on top. Oh, pero si no metan gol, es tu culpa.
Yeah, no. If we don't score and win goals, it's your fault.
Oh, okay. No, I'm gonna stay on the mid.
Just run. Just stay in the mid.
I'm gonna play where Paul wants me to play. I'm
Absolutely.
excited to be sharing the field with our good buddy Carl. Carl. We haven't said his name in a while here. So excited to see that.
Yeah.
Other constant people that go play at Barcata, we're excited to play with every single one of them. But yeah, go check us out. Poway, Saturday, 12:30 to 5:30, the event. Should be a good one. It's at a sportsplex. That should be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's we'll kind of once they get a little some events under their belt, we'll kind of look at them objectively, take that step back and see where they kind of rank as far as like, hey, look, like Escondido. I think Escondido's winning right now. You didn't go to Escondido. I didn't go to
but it looked
Oceanside.
dope.
But
Escondido looked
those
dope.
two have been done. They've done a good job. They've shown out. So Poway is a huge soccer community, so it's going to be really interesting to get out there. Yes, it's going to be fun, Paul. I completely agree.
Is it even fun for you, Tony? If you don't win?
You don't want to find out. But yeah, also on that, we were kind of tagged, and this is kind of going into not necessarily local news, but Escondido Pickup is a new page that they came up, obviously coming up. Escondido Esco Futsal, excuse me. They came up with this new page, and then essentially what ended up happening was the new futsal courts that were opened in this last event in Escondido were closed. So that's kind of not good. And they hit us up, and I know Bridge Barcata shared it, and I know they were talking about it, just kind of, just wanted to see like, hey, look, we're gonna go play tonight, Escondido.
PM.
Great, get there. So much for these opening up to the public. Courts are locked. Tagging us and the club. And so I was like, okay, let's be objective about this. I was like, well, I don't know, like they don't want people at there when there's no light. It's just a safety concern. One of the other days it was raining, and I'm just like, well, maybe it's because it was raining. I'm not entirely sure. But no, like the tennis courts were open. So if the tennis courts were open, but the soccer, like again, what's what's the difference here? What's going on? They went the day after, still locked. What I did like to see is the councilwoman who was actually part of the ribbons cutting ceremony along with Street Soccer USA and SDFC did reply through social media saying, and this is Councilwoman Consuelo, sorry to learn that the new futsal courts were locked last night. It may be because the parks close at dusk, which is true. Either way, I will look into it and when I'm back at the office. In the meantime, feel free to send me your questions and concerns, and I will share and inquire with city staff. Your input matters to me. I'll let you know when I find out. We'll figure this out together.
Did they share like what time dusk is or something?
Well, no, like it's like yeah. So they always said open from sunrise to sunset. Concept of lighting closes or before 10 p.m. So that's the time that they're kind of being like, hey, like 10 p.m. is when it should be closed. So
yeah.
Either way, fight the good fight. I know the buddies over at Chula Vista Pickup Soccer have also have had their battles. They've had their struggles with local government, and you know, it's just kind of one of these things where let's get past it if we can play safely and they don't. Because again, if it's a safety matter, like can't say anything about that.
Yeah,
and if it's a legit, but again, if you have the tennis courts open, let's be fair about this, right? Who's playing tennis at 9 p.m.?
The main argument they're trying to promote is that the cities and communities are trying to profit off of soccer, pickup soccer, right? And I mean, at the end of the day, that's a shame to hear. To even that being brought up as an argument, that shouldn't be the case. You should be able to freely play soccer wherever you want. At the end of the day, soccer shouldn't be an expensive sport. If you go to tournaments and whatnot, that's a different system. But to play soccer, you really need. You've seen the movie Gold, right? And he's like, 2 sweaters and the ball. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's literally
those mochilas. Anything.
All you need. Getting informed here. Apparently, not officially open. More painting being done. Should be officially open by this Friday. Okay, I like that.
Let's hope it is.
Let's hope it is. All right. Real quick.
Yeah.
Big game yesterday.
Big game.
SDFC having a commercial. Didn't expect that. I fumbled my phone. Was trying to get it. I'm like, oh,
I got it on video,
which is good.
Yeah.
You like any of the commercials?
I mean, Messi had a commercial.
Messi did have a commercial for Michelob Ultra where he assisted. He did not score. But I will say, I don't know if you saw this, but
I was happy they had a soccer commercial. All right.
Over on the other side of the world, they did have another soccer commercial. It might have dropped in 2019, but I'll tell you this right now, it's absolutely better than anything Michelob Ultra and Messi came up. And this kind of puts Tumi, was it not Tumi? Tumi. Timu.
Yeah.
This is Timu and Cristiano Ronaldo. Except not Timu, it's called Chuppy. The stupidest commercial. This is
Shopee.
Shopee.
Buy everything, ding, 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 ding. Online, 99999. Super shopping day.
Shopee 99 Super.
All right.
Did they completely steal Baby Shark?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. That's the tune. But that was my favorite commercial from last night's Super Bowl. They brought it in 2010, but 2019. But it was fantastic. People let us know some of the favorite commercials. That was a good little thread that we had ongoing. Thank you for everybody who participated. But no, it's a cool time to be alive in the world of commercials and sports and all that good stuff. All right. We're going to be moving and transitioning, I think, a little bit over to San Diego Wave after U.S. Open Cup versus Leagues Cup. I think we can leave that till after and then go here.
Okay.
So, Coachella Valley Invitational, a event that's happening over at, guess what? Coachella Valley. Seeing some of the
Indio, California
biggest teams, MLS teams. You have representation from Galaxy, Austin FC. You have all these teams. Next week, it's going to be
NWSL teams too.
NWSL is going to be being part of the fray, and San Diego Wave's going to play their first preseason match there to the Open because they did play against UCLA. They're going to be having Bay City as their rival. So things are happening over there. Again, cool things are coming out of the woodwork. Like it's Nick Jackson with his 3D art, his contributions. Some of the writers that are that are coming up on San Diego Punto Futbol are really cool. That's just kind of how it's all coming together. And then I kind of put out this thing to Eric because he was like, "Hey, like I'm here." I'm like, "Hey, would you mind doing like,
Bit of a bit.
an insider,
Mhm.
bit of a boy over there?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's see what you got, boy." Unprompted, I received amazing content.
Yeah.
It was a great way to start my weekend. So without further ado, what David Frecker was told to be here for, and and is here for, let's get ready for a little bit of a
Greetings and welcome to the Coachella Valley Invitational. My name is Eric Fowler, and we have a very packed day of soccer for our preseason friendlies here at the MLS. Stay tuned, and we're going to cover it all. Very important announcement. Just kidding, it's the food review. Today we got a couple tacos here. I got El Pastor and carne asada. Take a look at these guys right here. I don't know if you can see them. Let's try this out. See how good they are. Look at these. These are incredible. We're gonna take a break so I can eat these. Season's greetings and happy Football Sunday. We are back at the Coachella Valley Invitational. We have two great matches up for you today. First off, we have the LA Galaxy versus Austin FC, and then we have the LAFC versus Chicago Fire FC. Stick around, it's about to be a beautiful day today. Well, it's been a fun, windy day out here covering Coachella Valley Invitational. I'm Eric Fowler. We'll see you next time.
season's greetings to the boy. Season's greetings to Eric Fowler for that amazing. Like
I wonder if
got
those
this,
tacos were good.
and I was like, all right, I'm down for that. But no, so thank you again, Eric, for being out there and giving us some stuff to talk about. You usually see him at Wave games, you see him at you saw him at Loyal games sometimes. He's always wanted to do media food reviews, which is kind of exactly what happened there. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's part of the ethos. He also just does take some amazing pictures and does content just in general. But the Coachella Valley Invitational is just open preseason. And I think that, and we can get into the tweet that kind of dropped about that. Just kind of, again, what we had with San Diego Loyal was very interesting because nobody else is talking about it. Nobody else is really like going out to the trainings, going out to this. I'm not sure what that's going to be like here with San Diego FC. How many people are going to go over into Eric does shoot for Snapdragon Stadium, absolutely. So shout out, salt to the earth human being, like incredible person. But Lynn asking here, nice review. What pitch was that, 1 or 2? Eric, if you can take care of that in the comments.
You were saying there was a tweet that dropped, right?
Yeah,
Regarding the
so-
Coachella Invitational
Yeah.
with some of the teams.
So again, with San Diego Loyal, like we'd find things out and we've had a good relationship, but like we all knew that when preseason came, it was like, oh, they played against Orange County and no lineups, no photos, no nothing. And fans would be just left out like, we
Yeah.
just want to know. We just want to know who's playing. You don't have to broadcast it. You don't have to do any of that. But it's just an interesting aspect of it. So what ended up kind of taking life here, and I saw it um, in the form of what's it called? In the form of a tweet, and just kind of felt seen in a way. It's just how difficult it is to get information out there to the people who actually care. And that's how you grow a sport,
Yep.
right? Even in Mexico, like you have the reporters who do the digging, but for the most part, the teams give out information, even if it's that their version of controlling the narrative, right? But in U.S. soccer, it seems to be let's control the narrative by having there be no narrative, by having there be no information, and just figure it out as you go. It doesn't set up anybody for success, and so nobody from the does MLS and U.S. men's national team. He's an insider for the Athletic. Tom Bogert, um, shared this colorful comment that I'll share here. But Chiwa, you've been part of this struggle, like
Yeah.
trying to get information. Toronto FC advises it cannot share the results from today, end quote, on its MLS preseason game with the Columbus Crew in Santa Barbara, California. Apparently, decision was a deal with Columbus, and then Tom saying this is horse shit. They really gonna pretend like it just didn't happen. Like that's literally the treatment that these preseason matches get, whereas other sports they make money out of it. It's an opportunity for
Preseason.
it's an opportunity for let's not even go to other sports. You have Manchester United playing Wrexham across the globe,
selling
and
out Snapdragon.
selling it out, and people are. Do you really think people are like, oh that Bishop guy? Ooh, oh my God! Like, gotta watch out for Hannibal. Like,
And due to it, it's probably also just having players that are not registered in your roster yet, right? And stuff like that. And that's
Mhm.
what preseason games are for. But maybe that's part of it. But at the end of the day, it is ridiculous. You can't post the result. Like, hey, fan base, we lost 4-2 today, preseason. Maybe like 2 starters played. Simple. That's something
Yeah.
we've always asked for when it comes to San Diego Loyal, when it comes to San Diego Wave. San Diego Wave played a private match against Cholas.
Yeah, they played
And people
Tijuana,
wanted to
100%.
watch that game. Media wanted to cover that game, and they played it behind closed doors. They ended up winning 3-0 or 4-0, something like that. But it's the same sense, right? It's sad to see that in the MLS you're going to have stuff like this happen as well. But big shout out to the reporter. What was his name again, Tony? El compa.
Tomas, el compa Tomas, who also then later, like this is the actual original tweet, and I saw over on X was it's an absolute joke that I have to do reporting to find this out. But per sources, Columbus beat Toronto 4-2 in the preseason. That's it. He had to call a guy who knew a guy who knew the guy who knew a friend who works as a groundskeeper to the on the weekends to the actual cousin of the guy who folds the socks. And it was like, hey, what was the game? What was the game score? Oh, this. Anything interesting happen? No. Okay. I just transparency, something that is not going to be.
Well, we're not going to get that in the MLS.
It's either, not so. Because again, you're going to see, and that's why. And look, that is why we're looking to see where this line is. Where is this line? If you're an institution, just SDFC, if you're just MLS in general, and you're trying to be more global about things, global about the game, you can't necessarily pick and choose what you want in terms of that coverage. Because if you go over across the border into Mexico, you see the reporters themselves going out and asking those pressing questions, going out and finding a hidden camera. I'm not saying that we're going to be doing hidden cameras. Like, no, that's not the point. But that's accepted in the rest of the world because that's information that people want. And that's information that's so easy. Just eat it out of the palm of the hand. People will love that. The transparency with the third kits and then just the kits in general happening in the MLS. The season's right around the corner. People don't look what they're going to know what they're going to look like. I'm really curious to talk with somebody at SDFC. Hey, when are the kits coming? When is that coming? Because if you buy kits now, mathematically speaking, you should have more people to buy them over a long period of time compared to over a short period of time. November to what, March, April. Yeah, you're gonna have that December boom, but you can start doing all those things. You can start giving away things. I really wish that SDFC Wave in general gave more stuff. And if they do privately, great. Lovely. I love that. Keep doing that, please. Please. But that's how you build community, dude. Like,
And we're not just saying giveaways if you go to the game.
no,
No.
because those aren't giveaways. Unless you got that ticket for free, that is not a giveaway. People go to Padres games on certain days and sell them and upsell that ticket because you get a bobblehead of a particular player. You're buying that giveaway.
Yeah. That's very fair.
It's all a learning experience.
We'll see, man. San Diego's very much going to be getting involved with MLS now, and this is some of the stuff that we might just have to get used to it.
And we're not going to stop because, again, we're all finding this out together. The World Cup is right around the corner, so we got to make sure to sharpen our skills for that. Again, thank you, Eric Fowler, who was out there. You know what, David Frecker? Send him some stuff, too. Como quieras. You'll be part of it next time. I'd love to see some of the cool stuff that you go ahead and gather at any and all sports. There's a lot of great people doing things locally. There's a lot of great people putting a lot of work together, including inside the teams. So, if you want to be nitpicky about things and really have a conversation about the things that were talked about here, because I know this reaches in certain areas. How about you clip the positive things that are said as well? I cannot wait for this Poway Chrome Ball Tour date. I cannot wait to see what it's like from the inside. I cannot wait for people like me to go over and discover something new in a part of the county of San Diego that I'm not very familiar with and fall in love with it, just like I did with Escondido. I cannot wait for that. But I want more people to be ready for that. I want more people to go out there. Let's showcase what they have. Let's see what Poway has, but let's all go together and find out what the soccer community is all about. Because if you're not really paying attention to that, then you're not part of that 18 threads type mentality that everybody wants to be on. Marketing.
Clip it.
Marketing. All right. Cool.
All right,
we
Tony.
will be having a call of the Sirens coming up. It is on the schedule. But all right, where should we go?
I mean, we can still talk a little bit about, like, there was a controversy or an argument popping up on Twitter, right, between the U.S. Open Cup and the Leagues Cup.
Okay.
Pretty much saying that the U.S. Open Cup is outdated already, right? But there's the MLS teams announced that they're going to be sending their MLS next teams to the Open Cup.
It's still in debate.
Fence, right?
It's still, yeah.
But that's the whole argument. What is the better tournament? Is it the U.S. Open Cup or the Leagues Cup? Let us know in the chat what you guys think. Or if you were an MLS team, what would you rather play in? Would you rather play in the oldest tournament in the world? Right? Is that what they claim?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's the oldest soccer tournament in the world, concurrent, that's still going on to this day. Obviously, it's gone through different iterations, different phases. But yeah.
Is the Leagues Cup, the newer tournament that they came up with Liga MX team, is that better?
So it was interesting because I was actually doing Soccer's Overtime talking to assistant coach Rene Ortiz.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about that. Like, the Soccer's is that U.S. team that goes into is the big bad U.S. team, and Mexico's going to try to win. And whenever they win, they celebrate. And it's just, we beat them, right? But that's always going to be part of that rivalry between Mexico and the U.S. The Open Cup, but yeah, it's insular, builds storylines, it builds character if it's done correctly, and it really puts some of the lower league teams up, and gives players opportunities to be seen, creates really cool moments, it creates really cool atmospheres. But at the end of the day, like, I think Leagues Cup creates a different scenario, a different point of pride if you win it. Last year, a lot of Mexican teams didn't like the results, didn't like the calls, didn't like the refereeing, didn't like the
that
games.
All the games were in the U.S.
Did not like that all the games were in the U.S. They didn't like the travel that some of the teams got stuck. Yeah, Paul saying Open Cup, Leagues Cup would have a chance if they played games in Mexico. Absolutely, like that's part of it. But I think that the Leagues Cup is a little bit too new. I need some more bitter rivalries to happen. I need some egregious comebacks.
So you lean towards
Yeah,
US
because
Open
right
Cup?
now it's on the U.S. side. Leagues Cup is owned by the U.S. and they won it. They, whatever. But did Mexico really have a chance? Did Mexico lose unfairly? That can be up in the air. Now, in this next upcoming one, if it's the other way and calls start going over into the Mexican team sides over the MLS teams, there's going to be resentment had between the MLS and Mexico teams, just kind of based on that. And so that's what makes rivalry good.
Yeah.
The reason why Chelsea versus Barcelona is good is because it was an absolute disgrace. The reason why there are some games like Manchester United versus Villarreal is because there's history there, and
Mhm.
those two teams are here and here. But that's what builds these intense rivalries and then these derbies that are really cool. The unofficial derbies, the new derbies, right? Who would have thought Man City and Liverpool, like a couple years ago, before the Agüero, Mancini's, before that era, like it was always Man U, Liverpool, right? Obviously, but now there's this different level of competition that's happening. That's not as traditional, but I'm all for new storylines. If there's one thing that I'm okay with, and I like classic shit. Obviously, I like clásicos. I love,
Mhm.
AC Milan versus Inter Milan. Like I love all that. But hey, look, if Napoli versus whoever becomes the new rival, I'm all for it. I like seeing that.
I think part of the biggest difference, right? I'm all for the Open Cup because it's very traditional, right? It's kind of like a tournament that's you see everywhere else. It's an FA Cup, it's a Copa del Rey, where lower division teams get a chance to show what they can do against the highest of divisions. What I love about the Leagues Cup, and this is where it has the potential to be something very entertaining. It goes that Mexico and the US, MLS and Liga MX are very unique leagues. They're not like any other leagues in the world. The CONCACAF lacks so much talent that the MLS and Liga MX outshine everything, right? Which is why you have that tournament between both teams. There are people that live in LA that could be an LAFC fan that were born in Guadalajara and have family in Guadalajara and are diehard Chivas fans. You see an LAFC versus Chivas match, oh man, let's get it. Both my teams going at it. You can't get that anywhere else in the world as much. You can have someone from Manchester that's a Manchester United fan, but they're originally from Spain and they grew up a Madrid fan. That's one out of how many? There's millions of people that are living here in the US that have a Mexican team because they grew up with that Mexican team. Once they came to the United States, maybe some of them pick up on MLS, maybe some don't. So I think that's what Leagues Cup provides. It's for those people that really get to say, hey, I have two teams, one in this league, one in that league. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and again, and I think we're going to go ahead and go into the call of Sirens here in a quick, but just again to show the scale of this tournament, right? You have West 1, West 2, West 3, West 4, West 5,
A lot of
6.
groups.
Yeah, just the West versus the East over here.
But there's good storylines. Like,
teams.
say West 2, Chivas. Chicharito's going to play against LA Galaxy. Cade Cowell is going to play against San Jose Earthquakes.
The new Landon Donovan, against LA Galaxy. Landon Donovan play for LA Galaxy and the Earthquakes, absolutely.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to see.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch just as an outsider and just kind of keep up.
Done right.
And if it means something and it starts meaning something, I'm great with that. Like again, the Nations League with the US beating Mexico. You know what? As a Mexican fan, like I can always be like, it doesn't matter, but like, but it hurts. The US took that away. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and switch gears here with our next segment, and we're gonna go ahead and go talk some San Diego Wave with first the segment that everybody likes.
You gotta play it.
Everybody likes a segment. I know people are watching. Be a friend, tell a friend. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Perfect. I think we can just do one of those and one of those, and now we are in great territory. Good afternoon. How are you? Go ahead and introduce yourself to the 2 balls and a mic San Diego Punto Football audience.
All right. Good afternoon, guys. This is Corey Caribou here, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
No, welcome again. We're doing this call the Sirens um, segment here at Two Balls and a Mic, Sandiego Punto Football, to get the insight and to get the information out for the Sirens and everything that's going on with them and what it really takes as far as the NWSL side of things and Snapdragon, who have been here. They are the ones who have been doing it, getting it done, and in Snapdragon, in the Cove. And I mean, what's it been like, being the pioneers of that section here in the brand new Snapdragon Stadium for the San Diego Wave?
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a lot of fun. I wasn't in the first year. I joined just last year, and this was my first time being in a supporters group for football, and they welcomed me so lovingly. It is such a great crew. It is so much fun. There's so much positivity and just excitement around the game and around the team and around our city. And it's just such a fun group to be a part of.
Oh, absolutely. And where would people usually find you within the Cove? What is there a distinct role, or where would people go ahead and recognize you if they were to jump into the Cove with the Sirens?
Yeah, absolutely. So before the game, we're always tailgating, so you can always find us out there. And then once you're in the stadium, so we're in sections 137 to 139. That's open seating. So if you have a general admission ticket for that supporters section, you can sit anywhere 137 to 139. 138 is where the heart of the Cove is. And that something that people do need to be aware of is that is a standing room only section. We do have the chairs propped up to allow everyone to move freely and to have the drums. There's no assigned seating. There's no restrictions except for the area that the drums are in. But people can fill in around us as needed and everything. But yeah, 137 to 139. But we have sirens all around the stadium and all around the country. So you don't have to be in the supporters section to be a member of the Sirens. Absolutely not.
So, I mean, Corey, can you tell us a little bit about the songs? Are they new songs? What's your favorite song? Anything that fans should be aware of when they're in that section?
When they're helping you with your drumming, because obviously that's a
100%.
crucial part of that section.
Right. So on our website, we have a whole section that has all the songs, and we even have QR codes posted at the stadium. So if you get there and you don't know the words, you can just scan the QR code, and it'll bring you right to the website to pull up our songs. Vamos is probably my favorite one, but there are also the Siren Show, like you have on the screen. Our one of our chant leaders, Googie, had the idea to take the if you're familiar with the Muppet Show, the opening song for the Muppet Show, and rework that. And being a big Muppets fan, I was all over that. So that's one of my favorite ones as well. We do that to kick off the game.
I love it. And obviously, it's its own unique take on supporter section. I'd say the Cove is, right. Like you have hippos, you got bubbles, you got megaphones, you got drums, you got oh my god, there's a certain drum riff that I always hear that I'm like, oh, I think it's a Guns N' Roses song, or something.
Crazy Train.
Yes. Yeah. It's always like, did I hear that? Like I remember the first time I was like,
yep.
Did I hear that correctly? And then I waited a little bit. I'm like, it is. I was like, oh, I popped for it. No, but that's great to be able to have this resource. And what I do like is that obviously even in our video little presentation, little title card, I took a song from here. So the songs are actually here. You can listen to them working in childcare, and the way that we tell if you're good enough to work with kids is we'll give you an MP3 player and just say, here, listen to the song, go perform it.
Teach it to me.
And so I think that that's a great tool to have. It's visual, it's auditory, it's all together. And I think everybody's pretty positive over. And I see people putting their favorite songs too. Let us know in the chat too.
Corey, how's the off season being
Yep.
treated?
Yep.
As part of
Um,
the drummer, right? Like, what's it like just being off season? Is there a lot of training still? What's does that look like?
Get those reps in.
Yep, yeah, we there's been some practices and a lot of discussion in the Discord. That's where a lot of the planning happens. So if you're a member, whether you're the paid membership or the free membership, you get access to the Discord. Some of the channels are closed, like the drumming one, just to keep the conversation with us. But that's where a lot of the planning happens. We are going to be doing some more practices before the season kicks off. And I'll tell you a little behind the scenes regarding Crazy Train, just because it was such a fun memory for me. Dan, who's one of our lead drummers, he just started it, and everyone else, that was unrehearsed. We all picked up on it immediately and just did it.
Love it.
The very first time, and it was just an amazing experience. So we try to, besides the rehearsal and besides doing the planned ones, just to fill, we just try to riff off each other, and I think we have a lot of fun with that as well. Just trying to keep the crowd entertained and going.
So if somebody wants to join as a drummer, is that something that's welcome? That's something that, hey, there's an audition process and you got to go through this guy type of thing.
Drum off.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's very easy. You just talk to one of the leadership team or one of the drummers, and we'll get you hooked up. Because we can't always be at every game, so we always have some slots available. So we do have, for all of our planning, we actually have a sign up that we do before each match to make sure people are covering for like the tailgating and the setup and the drumming and all of that. So that's it's absolutely easy to get involved in any way.
So I'm just curious, what are the Sirens up to the next couple of weeks, right? Are some Sirens going to go up to LA to support the U.S. women's national team in the Gold Cup?
Besties for besties post. Love it.
Yep.
Run book.
We're gonna have people going, doing some traveling for the Coachella Invitationals, for Gold Cup. Obviously, getting ready for the San Diego, for the local games for the Gold Cup. We're obviously very excited for that.
So is that, are you welcoming people? Are the Sirens the top dogs and everybody's looking towards as far as those Gold Cup games?
Or is
what's
there
that
collaboration
communication
with Angel City being up in LA?
Yeah. That being worked on?
Yeah, I think so. I really hope that people see us as the go-to for anything U.S. women's national team and Wave. I think we try to be the leaders, and we try to, like you said, have a positive environment where obviously there's going to be some frustrations on the field, but we try to foster a positive environment for everyone. So,
I mean, this might not be a positive response that we get, Corey, but you touched on the Gold Cup. We all know Queen Naomi. I'm trying to get her FIFA Team of the Year card on the hunt. But Dahl Kemper and Jaden Shaw made it. One omission. Morgan. Just really quick, do you have thoughts on that? Do you have any sort of feelings towards that?
I mean, I think it's interesting. I think we'll just have to see how everything plays out.
I like that. Let's see how it rolls out. And then again, not the bearer of bad news, but your reaction, or just people's reaction in the Sirens to the announcement of GM Molly Downtain stepping down, resigning as the club stated. Right.
Yeah, that was big news. Obviously, a lot of feelings. I think that Molly's been the voice of player agency when it comes to trades. She's represented the whole club. She has been one of the ones really speaking with the other GMs. She's been a big asset behind the scenes, and I think likely a key secret to success for the U.S. Women's National Team and the Wave. Bringing players together and honoring player requests to leave. And I think, she, in year one, she spoke about at the first State of the Wave along with Ellis and outlined how important being in San Diego was to her and having people who want to be here. And, of course, we know that we were the first expansion team to make the playoffs later that year. And then we did year two. So I think she's built a really great legacy, and we wish her the best. We're really excited to see what opportunities she has lined up. But it's definitely a loss for the Wave for sure.
Yeah, I mean, she was responsible for getting Sierra Engie back in those crucial 24 hours, and just the craziness.
She signed Alex Morgan.
She also did sign Alex Morgan and help build what's now
she
here.
She made Jaden Shaw happen.
Literally
up in the ground that she wasn't going to end up staying in San Diego.
There's not a move that Molly has not been involved with. And I would include there keeping Casey Stoney, which was huge because, again, Chelsea was right around the corner. Alex is going to take on a mission from the national team and the rest of the NWSL this season. I mean, I want to see success for San Diego's team, including Alex Morgan. I don't want to keep having to refer to her as Penalex for that great season she had with all the penalties. But I want to see more development of her game, and I'm pretty sure you want to see that, Corey, as you may or may not see the entire games because that's the nature of being with the Sirens. Any last messages, any last words on behalf of the Sirens for everybody who's watching?
Well, we just want to encourage everyone to come out and say hi to us. Please check out the website and get signed up, and we'd love to see you there. I think the supporters group has continued to grow from year one to year two. I think into year three, I talked to a lot of people in the off season talking about the Wave, and when they find out I'm in the Sirens, they're asking me questions and how do I join and what do I do and all this. And so it's definitely try to evangelize a little bit and get out there and tell people. So.
Absolutely. Huge year for San Diego Wave, huge year for the Sirens. I want to thank you for your time tonight, Corey. I really appreciate it. And anything San Diego Sirens related, go ahead and look them up on Instagram, X, on the website. That's all the information. Thank you. And again, I love this space to keep the Call of the Sirens going and just to keep amplifying this message because it's really important for soccer in general in San Diego. So again, thank you for your time.
Corey, appreciate it, man.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Have a great night.
Have a good one.
Thank you. I love it. Oh, wait. Do I play as the outro?
Heck yeah, man.
Of course. Of course. And actually, talking about Go Wave, Casey Stoney. I see a lot of love for Casey Stoney. Again, thank you for the to the Sirens for having the space available, and we want to talk to as many people as are involved, different aspects, different takes throughout the season. We're gonna go ahead and keep it going. Thank you, Corey. Everybody's saying thank you, Corey. Thank you, Corey. That was awesome. Casey Stoney. We are working on a interview with Casey Stoney. We have been working on an interview. What?
Oh, I didn't think we were gonna share that yet.
Oh.
Ya la cagaste, vato. Every time we throw out there that there's going to be a potential interview happening soon, it ends up not happening. It happened already twice with Cholos, with a player, two players, and that we promoted it. Shit didn't happen.
We didn't promote the last one. We didn't promote.
No, yeah, we did. We said we were going to get Joe Corona, and Joe Corona has not reached back out. So we talked about this before, and we said, are we going to mention that we might get Casey Stoney soon? No, let's not, in case it doesn't happen.
You're right.
You just fucked it up.
We did talk
You
about
messed
that.
it up, man. Man.
But you know what? We have the support of the Sirens. If you want to see Casey Stoney on exclusive Technicolor interview on Two Balls and a Mic San Diego with the Football, let us know. We will go ahead and make that happen. Again, really looking forward to working with San Diego Wave this season and getting some really good content because, again, it's incredibly important. It's a great season. It's yes, knock on wood. It's a big season for everybody that's going to be involved in Snapdragon, whether it's in the press box, on the field, on the technical side, on the concession side, just everywhere. It's going to be a huge year.
Huge
Year, but it's going to be interesting here.
Let's
sorry
dive
for
in.
spilling the beans.
Yeah.
All right, let's
all
dive
good.
into San Diego
Hopefully
Wave.
San Diego Wave, like you mentioned, right, when we on our Call of the Siren segment, Naomi Girma, Jaden Shaw, and Abby Dahlkemper are called up to the U.S. squad for the Gold Cup. One player didn't. One player that was in the 5th Pro World 11. One player that has been praised to be put in the national team, and as of lately, with the new interim coach and new coach coming in soon, this player has been left out, rightfully so, Tony.
As you have it there, Girma, Dahlkemper, Shaw. No Alex Morgan.
Rightfully so, Tony.
No Alex Morgan in this call for the U.S. women's national team. Were you surprised?
No.
Okay.
No. So during the week, right, the day before, I talked to Jaden Shaw in the press conference for San Diego Wave, and I asked, "Are you looking forward to see if you're going to be in the squad?" She's a young player. She's 19. She's excited. She wants the chance to be able to play for the nation. And she said, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, if I don't make it, I'm going to try to keep working hard and try to make it for the next one. Try to make for the next tournament. Alex Morgan is in a spot right now where she's achieved so much that, yeah, she still wants to play for the national team. You don't just get called up for being a big name. And I'm glad the U.S. women's national team is following that. You don't just call a player because of their experience, because of the big name that Alex Morgan is. You're going to call players that are playing good, that are scoring goals, that are talent. You're going to call in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad they're doing that, especially for this first Gold Cup ever.
Yeah, it's an interesting take, right? So, you know, if you were paying attention, follow Alex Morgan. She was at the Super Bowl, just enjoying her life, doing a lot of things. Like, she's involved in so many things.
She don't care anymore, man.
You don't think she cares anymore?
I'm sure she does. But she's chilling.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you don't care.
A younger player, right? Say a player that's really grinding, that's saying, I have to prove myself still, doesn't get called up. Like, say Jaden Shaw, she didn't get called up. Super Bowl's expensive. Alex Morgan's rich. Yeah, we get it. But this player's going to be grinding on the weekend, trying to get better.
Yeah.
Right? You have that mama mentality, and you try to get better to get called up into the next call up.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Morgan is like, oh, but they didn't got called up. Got to go party at the Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, and that's a different lifestyle just in general with everything that she has achieved, right? She gets to do that thing.
100%.
She gets to do that.
Yes.
But if people are saying like, no, it shouldn't be that way, I really think that Alex Morgan should be on this team. Why? And we talked about it when she was named FIF Pro in starting 11. She shouldn't have been there. She wasn't the best player on her team.
Yeah.
In that position. There's other people who are stepping up, showing and showcasing new talents. And that's going to be a question that I really want to ask Casey Stoney whenever we do interview her. He's like, what are you looking for Alex Morgan to do as a leader on the field? Like, what is her not necessarily worth, because we know what she is as a talent.
Yeah.
But can she translate that as a leader and maybe take different roles and let Jaden Shaw shine and let others shine?
If Alex Morgan has another season, or midway through the season, she's playing the way she was last season, there's a chance that she loses her starting spot, and rightfully so. Do you think Casey Stoney would be capable of making that move? I think so.
Yeah, she was in the Super Bowl at Jaden Shaw. Like, the star is rising. Thanks to Abraham Cepeda there,
Abraham.
the boy.
I'm just les pagan bien, güey. Jeez,
I mean, look, it's a new era. It's a new way of doing things. But Alex Morgan should definitely not have been called up. Now you're seeing somebody who is Mia Official getting a chance. She's big fish, local San Diego kid, along with Jaden Shaw, like local talents coming up. And we'll see. It's an experiment. These are what these tournaments are for, right? this is a brand new iteration of a Gold Cup for the women's game. This didn't exist before, so let's go ahead and start getting those reps in. Let's get these formations out. Let's get this national team format to a place where when it comes World Cup time, it's not like, oh, they haven't played in meaningful tournaments. This could be this could be the first meaningful tournament of its kind with some of these teams.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go ahead and cut diamonds with diamonds when it's time to go to the World Cup. You have a team that's primed and ready.
Now let's dive into like the group stage of the games. Like again, you have two groups, three groups.
Mándalo.
Just search up Women's Gold Cup.
You can still send it.
I got you, boys. I got you.
Thank you, boys.
But yeah, so you have three groups, and essentially it is CONCACAF, right? The two best teams are still going to be US and Mexico. I mean, you do have Argentina, you have Colombia, so you have CONMEBOL teams participating, so that's exciting. But Group A, you have Mexico, Argentina, you have the US, and you still we're waiting for the winners of some prelims still. Group B, you have Panama, Colombia, Brazil, and the other winners of other prelims. You have Costa Rica, Paraguay, Canada, and the last winners of prelims too. So you're still waiting on three more teams, but essentially you have Mexico and the US in the same group. You have San Diego players that are going to be playing against San Diego players.
Scarlett Cambreros versus Mia Official.
I mean, even San Diego Wave players.
Yeah.
They're becoming San Diego natives. They're becoming hometown San Diego players.
Hometown heroes.
So essentially, like that group is going to be one to watch.
Yep, and the grand final and semifinal will be here in San Diego. There will be coverage for San Diego Punto Futbol, so make sure you stick around for that. It's going to be exciting times, yes.
It's going to be cool. We're going to have the first group matches in Snapdragon Stadium. We have Panama against Colombia, and then following that game, you're going to have Brazil against the other one of the teams that's going to be coming in. That's going to be February 21st. I believe that's going to be a Tuesday or Wednesday. After that, you're going to have the second matches. You're going to have Panama playing against the other team that's coming in first, and then you're going to have Colombia against Brazil. That's February 24th. That's going to be on a Sunday, February 24th.
Mm-hmm.
To wrap it up in the group, you have... Where am I at? Ya me perdí, güey. You have Colombia against the winners of the prelims 1, and then you're going to have Brazil versus Panama, February 27th. So that's going to be all happening here in San Diego. There's going to be 6 different games you can watch.
Mm-hmm.
If you make the time to go watch the first one, then the second one. The tickets should get you entrance to both games, I believe.
Okay.
I believe. Don't mark my words. I would only assume so.
You'd hope so.
When we applied for media credentials, one credential gets you into both games.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I'm assuming same thing with tickets.
That makes sense.
Someone that's buying tickets, let me know if that's the case. Don't want to give out false information out there. But I mean, Women's Gold Cup, first time happening. It's exciting stuff, right? It's cool.
Yeah, it'll
great.
be interesting to see how it rolls out. Host venues: Dignity Health in Carson, Snapdragon Stadium, Shell Energy Stadium. It's going to be where the Houston Dynamo play, BMO Stadium up in LA. So it's pretty localized in the Southwest area of the United States. Yeah. Fun. Like if this is the beginning, like this is growing. The NWSL is growing. It's getting its recognition. The women's game across the world.
Get to eventually host like a big tournament game, like a Copa America.
If the U.S. should host a World Cup, a Women's World Cup, and Snapdragon can be the final.
Snapdragon very much could be the final.
I'm very for that.
I mean, essentially, you wanted it a bigger stadium, but
true.
Yeah,
but you know what? At that point, Snapdragon is going to have a new section. 100% seems too small. I agree with that.
You only hope SDFC invests more money and throws money in it and becomes a 60,000 stadium seat.
Spoiler, they're not.
I know.
But yeah, so
one can dream.
Women's World Cup is coming up. So look, I want to see what the US has. Like I hope US comes back and dominates, has this new team. I'm looking for these new players, these local players to really shine. So prediction or anything, I just want to see the US do good. Yeah. And I also want to see Brazil do good. I love watching Brazilian soccer and the expression of it. Just kind of, I mean, Marta's my favorite one of my favorite players. Period.
Mhm.
In just period. No, Snapdragon is not expandable. Supposedly, but all right. So that's what we have for that. What else do we have, Chiva?
For Wave and the Women's Gold Cup, or just in general?
Just in general.
We got San Diego players abroad, but just a news flash. Nothing happened. Mia Fisher was not in the squad for Chelsea, as she is now with the national team.
Mhm.
Brandon Vasquez was not with the Monterrey squad. He started in the CONCACAF Champions League tournament that they have. So many tournaments
There's so many
when it
tournaments.
comes to Mexico and MLS, CONCACAF, La Conca Champions. So many freaking tournaments. And then Luca La Torre played yesterday with Celta Vigo, and he was in the lineup. Didn't do much either way, but they ended up losing that game 3-2 against Getafe. Melanie Barcenas. Let's talk about Melanie Barcenas real quick.
Okay.
She was in the CONCACAF championship, under 17 championship, that to qualify into the Women's World Cup, under 17 Women's World Cup, and she was killing it. That U.S. team was killing it. I think their first game, we said it last week, they won what, like 13-0, 14-0.
Yeah.
So they were just dominating. They ended up winning the tournament. So big shout out to Melanie Barcenas. Tony, you want to share something real quick, huh?
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. You mentioned just like the amount of tournaments that are happening, and this was a little clip. Did you see this?
I think you showed me this. Yes.
It's Pat McAfee, a football guy, talking to the legendary Thierry Henry. Makes me cry a little bit. But, you know,
He was there for the Super Bowl pregame stuff.
yeah, he was. A lot of Champions League commercials. Dun, 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 dun. But when talking about the champions of the Nations League, actually.
So
and the Gold Cup. How about that?
And the Gold Cup.
Where's Beckham live?
So
The Concave.
that's what we won, Thierry.
You heard him.
We won it.
Woo.
You know what they were singing at the end of the Concave?
Tell me.
Our national anthem. Because we're staying right there at the top. And we wanted to play against the champion of the Europes, too. Nobody would put up the pink slips. We wanted you to put up the trophies.
Okay.
Concave trophy versus the Europes trophy. We wanted to do it.
We'll
But with that being said,
Yeah.
Love Pat McAfee.
But yeah, there's just so many tournaments of that. Mel B did great with the under 17. We actually talked about it last episode about Durant Free and comparing his performance in the under 17 World Cup. And so we were like, if Melanie starts assisting and scoring goals, and that's literally what she did the next day. So I think that brings us to our closing segment.
The one that everyone loves.
People are loving the segment. I love it.
We said it last week. Tony was going to come up with the song for it. We met up someone and helped us out and had a whole different thing for this. This is cool. Show it.
Goals, greats, and gaffes. Goals, gaffes, and greats. This is a part of the show where we talk about some fantastic goals that happen around the world, around the nation. If it happens in San Diego, happens to involve San Diegans, that's fantastic. That's fantabulous. That is awesome.
Whammy. Heck yeah.
But yeah, so the first goal that we're going to go ahead and show is actually something that you were talking about, Chiva. Take it away.
Yeah, so Melanie Barcenas just playing in the CONCACAF. Not only assisting, but scoring bangers. The second game of the group stage.
That was the assist. You sent me.
I did not.
That
send
is
you this
literally
one.
what you sent me, sir. I clicked on it and I was like, oh, I trust my boy. I trust the dude. I know what we're doing. I know what he's doing. He's setting me up for success. And guess what? Everybody's favorite new segment, El Juego Bonito.
That's the one I sent you.
No, that's the one I just found, sir.
Oh man, that's the one I put. But anyways, Melanie Barcenas, a banger.
Barcenas afuera and gets the pass off her right foot. Right.
The day that she scores her first goal in the NWSL with San Diego Wave, the stadium is going to go crazy.
That is a fantastic goal. I hope. Let me see the replay here. Let's do this. Here, Barcena gets the little pass outside of the box. Goal! Melanie Barcenas, solidifying the USA's dominance over Canada, America's hat. She points to the crowd saying, "This is our turf. This is our territory." Melanie Barcenas.
Watch out, Craig. Tony's coming after your job, big boss.
It's so stupid. Yeah, but Melanie here with a good pass, little pared, little wall scorer
That was a
action with a
great
human
shot,
being.
man.
Top right, nothing for the goalkeeper to do. It is a great shot. That's why this is one of the goals of the week. Congratulations, Melanie Barcenas. Go ahead and collect your. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Again, if you have Tio, Primo, Prima, somebody that you know, or a goal that you saw online, send it to us. We'll make it the goal of the week.
Last week we showed two high school goals.
Two high school goals.
I want to see some Sunday league goals happen.
I also want to see that.
Send us your Sunday league games. I swear, if I score pinche golazo on Saturday,
yeah, hopefully there's people recording.
Please, someone record. I'm gonna take the go. I'm not gonna be allowed to wear the GoPro.
You are not gonna. It's against the rules. All right, and then this is another little cool goal that happened. MASL action, indoor soccer. This is not San Diego necessarily related, but I just thought it was a really fun goal. Marco Fabian plays for the Empire Strikers, the rivals. You can't really be rivals if you're not at the level, but Marco Fabian is in company against Baltimore. The game is on the line, 8-6. It's very attainable, and then this happens.
Fabian. It's now 2:45 left.
Passing around.
Fabian lost control.
La
Going
cagó.
to give it a whirl down to the goal and in. Oh, Mike Zierhofer puts it
I did not
home.
know you're allowed to
And the
score with
Blues
your
lead it
hand.
9-6.
Yes, you are.
Even it's never.
Then on the near side,
If you score from a throw-in
Fabian.
in regular outdoor soccer, that doesn't count, right? Or does it?
I think
Someone has to
is-
touch it, I think.
Yeah, that's the outdoor game. This is indoor. So
I did
this
not
is
know
indoor.
this.
Yeah.
I don't think Fabian knew this either.
I don't know, but like that's still a cannon. It's a short field, but it's always cool to see goalkeepers
That's a great
score.
celebration.
Yeah, it is a fantastic golf swing celebration. I really like that. Is that legal? Yes, it is. It was very legal and it very much counted. Cool. So those are our goals for the week. Let's just get great out of the way. Melanie Barcenas is the great of this week. Melanie Barcenas again. Putting San Diego on the map. San Diego's been put on the map because of her. Like, she's doing great things, getting that assist, a fantastic assist in between a forest of defenders. Nice, smooth, cool, calm, collected. Assist, goals. It's happening. So congratulations, Melanie Barcenas. Again, check with your agent for your San Diego Punto Football. Something. Eventually there'll be something. Eventually we'll have shirts, hats, and we'll just give them and people will have them. But yeah, so with that, the gaff of the week is, oh look, I found footage of me. Do that in Poway, Tony. I'll try. I will do my darndest to go ahead and do that. I don't know if I have the arm strength anymore after a couple separated shoulders, but I will try.
You still do. Come on.
I hope I survive the first game.
Hey, we need to practice a celebration. Like, si metes goal or si
If
metes
I
gol.
score?
I mean, puedes, güey.
I'm down. Let's do the
El bebé.
El bebé.
Arre.
Cool.
No, let's do the Dragon Ball like fusion.
Oh, fusion. Estúpido. You never watched Dragon Ball. That hurts me.
No, porque era del diablo, dijo mi mamá.
What's this?
It's the magic trick celebration.
Oh, this was a great. This was also.
It's not gonna be. It's yeah. This is a great.
This
This is also a great.
Is a great. So the Asian Cup of Nations, the AFC Asian Cup of Nations in Qatar was being.
Akram Afif. That's the player that scored it. A hat trick, I believe, right? But yeah, it was the Asian Cup final. Scored this penalty kick. Ended up scoring a hat trick in this game, but
of all
celebration, man.
All penalties. It was a hat trick of penalties right here.
Wait, greatest celebration ever.
Qatar have the stadium on its feet.
They've taken the lead in the final.
Woo! That was fun.
Always the trick.
That's a yellow card.
Yeah, you can't use props.
Yeah, you can't use props. That's a yellow card.
Did he get a yellow card?
I don't know. I don't know if the referee saw that.
That was a great
If VAR
celebration,
can
though.
VAR go back and give him.
You know where I learned you get fined also for using props
Andrew Vasiliadis
with Kyle Vassell
with Kyle Vassell.
with the belt.
San Diego
championship
Loyal.
belt.
You cannot use props, and Andrew Vasiliadis was fined. San Diego Loyal was fined for that. So yeah, that's a great there. But yeah, so the gaff
of the week,
Boom,
and I
boom,
think we can
boom,
all agree with this
boom.
one.
I don't know. We'll see.
Did I send you the right link? I think you have it already, right?
Let's see. All right. So with that, we have obviously the great Eric Fowler part of the team. We have a new up and comer as well, coming in doing some reporting for San Diego Punto Futbol. We send him out there, new kid on the block, but I think we have Fabirucci's. Where is Fabirucci's? Did I closed it out?
Fabirucci is just essentially giving us our gaff and just doing some insider work for us.
Yeah, let's go right here. Some of you guys might have recognized him
Give him
around
a follow.
town.
Give him a follow. He
Oh,
needs more followers.
yeah. Let's follow. Just that's.
Oh my gosh.
We weren't following. It's okay. All right, Fabi, what's going on?
Big news in the world of football because blue card is set to be introduced to football as part of Sin Bin trials to be announced this week. It's an exclusive story from the Telegraph. A revolutionary move will be announced as part of the Sin Bin protocols to see the players removed from the football pitch for 10 minutes if they commit a cynical foul or if they show dissent towards a match official. The new protocol will limit the new blue card to fouls that prevent a promising attack plus dissent, as explained. So it will also help confirming a player should be shown a red card if they receive 2 blue cards during a match or a combination of yellow and blue. Of course, top tier competitions, big leagues will be excluded from the initial testing in professional games, but trials are expected to start very soon. And let's see what's going to happen.
And let's see.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fabi.
Grazie mille, Fabi, for that short little report. But blue cards coming into soccer. We've seen it. We've seen it in indoor soccer. We've seen it played out. That's been part of it. Other sports having stealing things from the MASL. But all right. So situation is just the game's happening.
You are not a fan of change.
The game is happening, and what happens, and a strong foul, was it?
Mm-hmm. Part of it.
Dissent. Talking. And I get myself a blue card. So is that more than a yellow card? Because you're removed for the pitch for 10 minutes.
10-minute suspension. So yes, it's more than
It's more than a yellow card. However, it still takes 2 blue cards to get a red card.
Or a combination.
Or a combination.
Blue or yellow.
But if I'm a player, I want to know, because I'm a dirty player and I want to,
who comes to mind? Casemiro?
Casemiro, I don't know.
Cualquier argentino?
Taylor Korniak. She's not a dirty player. Yeah, no. She
gets called.
She gets not the benefit of the doubt for anything. So I want to know what the difference is. How can I get a yellow card and not have to step off the field?
Perfect. Grant Stoneman. Yep.
Yeah. Rhode Island legend.
Yeah.
How do I get myself a yellow card without getting a blue card? What's that line, right? Oof. Because if I get a yellow card, I stay on the field. Mm-hmm. I stay on the field for a yellow card. And we've seen yellow cards been given for attempted murder. If you watch the 2010 World Cup final between the Netherlands and Spain. Yeah. If you watch Portugal versus the Netherlands. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you watch Mexico versus the Netherlands. It's a common denominator here. But yellow cards are plenty.
I agree with you. Where do you draw that line where this foul is going to be either a yellow card or a blue card? And that's a great point to ask. I mean, these trials, I don't know which leagues they're going to be a part of, but But I mean, I don't like it. And I know you hate change in the game. So I know you don't like it. But for me to not like something, I'm all for making changes and updating the game and whatnot. This is stupid.
I would love to get our friend Cesar H. Footballs, who's joining us from Instagram for the first time. Keep it up with great dudes. Work my dudes. Thank you, Cesar.
Heck yeah, Cesar.
I wonder what he thinks. Like I really want to see who is in favor of this. If you're in favor of this, I'd love to have a discussion with you as far as like why do you think this is necessary? Why do you think this is good? Why do you think this is something that the soccer needs to implement?
Why
to
change the game so
slow
much?
down the game, to give such an advantage to the other team. 10 minutes 10 minutes.
That's a lot
when you're down.
And my thing is, this can also cause injuries to those players.
100%.
You cool down for 10 minutes and then you
100%.
jump back in.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's calling for a freaking cramp. That's calling for a pulled muscle. It's gonna happen, and I think it's setting up players for failure.
Yeah, I agree with procrastinating Puma too. This is a pure gimmick, completely unnecessary. At least in indoor soccer, it justifies it due to the rule differences inherits from hockey, 100%, and it's completely not needed in the outdoor game.
And it's 2 minutes in indoor soccer.
It's 2 minutes.
Which again, those 2 minutes can last 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, just the time is, but there's no actual action happening.
Exactly. And 10 minutes is too long. I think it's unnecessary.
Yeah, Diego Costa would be Mr. Blue Card himself too. But yeah, that's not okay. We're gonna see how this plays out. I'm really interested to see if I can find somebody. I want to find somebody. Even a yellow card is 5 minutes in indoor soccer. Yeah, and that's mostly for dissent. Mostly exclusively for strong dissent. I want to find somebody who's a proponent of this blue card situation. I want to talk to them. I want to see,
understand
what
why
it is that they are on and make sure that they get the help they need. Because that's not conducive to having a good sport. I put this like Miroslav Klose, the greatest World Cup scorer of all time, who said like, I don't even recognize the sport anymore. And man, like VAR, so many substitutions.
The best thing they've added so far.
Water break.
Goal line technology.
Goal line technology. Sure, I'll give you goal line
That's the best
technology.
one.
That is what I'll give you. Goal line technology is black and white. You get a little vibration on your wrist if it's a goal, or if it's not. If you're a referee, it's good. Like I like that. Everything else is just going not in the ideal direction that I would.
It's really not.
That I would want. But yeah, so goals: Melanie Barcenas, Zierhofer from Baltimore Blast, the greats, Magic Trick, and Melanie Barcenas. But the gaff is definitely this blue card situation.
Winner for the gaffs. Well, gaffs and greats.
I love it. We really want to thank everybody who's been joining. Is there anything that I'm missing, Chiva?
I don't believe so. I think we covered it all so far. I mean, some things pop up even tomorrow, and then keep track. Yeah, website. Articles have been dropping.
Season's greetings to everybody. Thank you, Procrastinating Boomer, for catching up at 1.75 speed throughout the podcast. What if the stuff is just happening? How long this game is going to add to the clock at the end? It's going to be a mess. I don't know. I hope it just doesn't make it to the major league arena. Season's greetings to everybody who joined us. This is sandiego.futbol. You can check everything out at sandiego.futbol. That's it. No .com, no anything. sandiego.futbol. Check everything out on X, Instagram, Twitter.
And go to Poway. Check us out in the Chrome Ball Tour Saturday. Participating in the Bridge Park Kata team. Shout out to Paul for inviting us to participate. We're very excited for that. But yeah, head out to Poway Saturday, 12:30. Say hi to us, take pictures with us, record Tony's highlights, maybe some highlights of me. But you better do good. You better not suck.
Bro, look, watch.
You better not suck, man. That's in the way. Oh, no, don't break stuff.
Yeah, see? I'm good.
Ooh. A la madre. Ya, we.
I was ready. I was ready.
I know. I'm testing you.
All right.
Soccer's mañana. Yeah, soccer's mañana.
Soccer's tomorrow. See you everybody at the soccer's game tomorrow. $10 tickets, $3 Bud Lights, free parking. Be a friend, tell a friend. Get out there. Season's greetings. Thank you guys. See you guys next one.
Later, guys.
Train with Boris. I'll train Boris.